Welcome back to the tiebreakers of the Dota 2 Asian Championship. TongFu won versus CDEC. The story repeated itself. Now it's time for TongFu versus Rave. WinteR, you're here with us. You survived.
Well, if you go according to history, this is where Rave is supposed to win.
Yes. Do you think Rave is gonna win? Do you believe in the Pinoy?
Well, it depends if I want to get rest or
Or
I
no.
want to watch more Dota.
Well, no matter what happens, there's going to be this game, and as you said, if TongFu wins, then it's done.
Yeah, but Rave definitely, if you are asking whether Rave can actually make the tiebreakers go all over again, they definitely can.
Well, Rave beat TongFu in the past tiebreakers and also in the group stage, so third time's the charm.
I mean, looking at these three teams, WinteR, do you feel like there's one team that's better than the others, or are they all just pretty much dead even?
No, I remember what Cinderan said yesterday, like, the teams that are tied in this point, they are all really close, and it's different from the teams that are tied on top, where if it's BO3 or BO1, someone would dominate, but it's very hard to say who will actually dominate here in the bottom half. Like, everyone is as good as each other.
Fair enough. Well, the draft has started right now, so we're gonna take a look at the minds of the drafters of TongFu versus Rave. Shadow Friend is not here anymore. Axe isn't either. And Rave bans the Wisp.
Rave have been all about the Shadow Fiend, the Axe, and even, I mean, they've been going for the Spin Twins, or the Trio, the Jug, the Troll also still available. We'll see if Rave pick up the Troll themselves, and TongFu happy to keep on going with this Jug. I think they really like the Jug because it gives them that versatility. They can run in the safe lane, they sometimes run in the off lane. They have a transition to the jungle when they do something like the greedy support Queen of Pain, so...
Yeah, but I wonder if that Queen of Pain is gonna make a comeback here, because it worked the 2 games he played, so...
Yeah.
One versus... I mean, in fairness, it was against CDEC and MVP. But Rave is not in technical quality too far ahead from these other 2 teams.
I think it'll depend what Rave pick. If Rave pick like a squishy mid, I think it worked so well because they had a sniper mid. It's also good in general against the Axe, because Axe, until he gets BKB, just struggles against the Shadow Strike, which cancels his blink and the magic damage, so... I think Rave with heroes like, TongFu, depending on... Rave, if they're going to go like Troll mid or a Troll safe lane and like another mid who's kind of tanky, they're not worried about the Queen of Pain.
So we see the Troll Warlord and the Lion. Immediately the Vengeful Spirit get locked by TongFu. And again, very standard lineups from these 2 teams. Very classic and what we're used to see. As Wepas comes back with some refreshment and legal drugs.
He's on the Suns fan Pepto-Bismol train, maybe.
No,
is that what that is?
I think he's Dayquil guy.
Oh, Dayquil.
Yeah, he's a Dayquil guy.
Yeah.
It's it's night. You're not supposed to take Dayquil at night, Weapons. It doesn't work.
I mean, for us, is it really nighttime?
Well, but it says...
How does Dayquil and NyQuil work? Is it based on your body clock?
No, it's based on the sun. Like, if the sun is up, Dayquil works. If the moon is up, NyQuil works. That's how it works.
That sounds dubious.
It's like the tides.
Yes, exactly. So... Dayquil makes him drowsy.
Okay.
He says Dayquil makes him drowsy. I don't want to know what NyQuil does to him. So...
Just mix it with some other drugs that keep you awake, you know?
Yeah.
Mix and match. Just create a little stew and...
What happens if you take NyQuil and Red Bull or something like that?
Yeah. Throw in some like caffeine pills and... Yep.
Man, I have a feeling we're gonna be calling 911 soon. That happens.
Try it, Weapons, for science. We put a camera on you. We see like suddenly the observing becomes all twitchy and he's just like randomly following a butterfly.
Yeah, one of us will be having to move on the observer PC soon.
How's your observing, WinteR?
I try my best. I don't think I'm as good as Vefas.
Faceless Void and Abaddon are banned. Was it Rave that played the Abaddon yesterday?
Yeah. It didn't seem like a very important pick, though.
Yeah, but they won anyways.
Yeah, they did win.
Yeah, I remember that game. They didn't really have something big that you want to cancel, but it's just like a defensive support. He carried TP at the start of the game. The most crucial thing that he did was he actually saved the... I remember they had a Shadow Fiend mid and he saved the Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, TP the last minute.
And the missed call and
but the question is, if you want Abaddon for that, can't you get an Omni Knight and get away with exactly the same?
Dazzle,
because for
Dazzle as well.
Dazzle as well.
But if you think about the 3 heroes, who actually gives you more? And it comes to the point where you think that at some point of the game, the Omni Knight will actually be far of a greater, bigger effect than the Abaddon and the Desert, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's just he's way more greedy. He needs more farm.
The one thing with the Abaddon is it has that Wraith King thing where he effectively has 2 lives because you can't jump him. Like if there's a Dazzle on Omni Knight and you have an Axe or any Blink Initiator, you can blink that Omni Knight or Dazzle and take him out to start the fight off. You can't do the same with an Abaddon.
Fair enough. No, you can't do the same with.
You can get Culling Blade though.
Yeah, you can. That's tricky. But
you have to measure it, but it's doable. Without going into too much of a tangent, yes or no question. Abaddon as a core.
No.
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Brian says yes and Loda says yes.
Brian has some weird ideas about that.
Brian said Acceptor Treant is yes.
Treant is yes.
So
I see the merits
he's gonna
of
say yes.
Treant.
He's gonna say yes to anything weird.
Ancient Aberration owns you. Yeah.
Core Abaddon just gets destroyed by
Speaking of actually Treant is a decent kind of Abaddon replacement as well in this.
You don't have to be there.
You don't have to be there. You don't even have to waste the 100 gold to TP. We're gonna see the Brewmaster for TongFu. Oh, now they have that tanky core in front. They do lack a bit in damage until the Juggernaut gets a lot of farm, and the Vengeful Spirit helps for that, I guess. And Brewmaster, one of those picks that is not as great right now. I mean, Troll Warlord just has to spin the axis, and the Fire Bruling does nothing. So we'll see what happens with that.
They have Anchor Smash too, so I feel like the Bruce Blade's going to be entirely about just the utility from the boulder.
The control.
Yeah, the boulder toss and the Cyclone.
That does 50 less damage now.
And the other thing good about Brew is like you always go the Vlad's build, so it makes the Juggernaut very very powerful in the team fights.
Yeah.
With the aura from the bench as well, Rosh would be very easy, and man fighting the Troll Warlock would be much more easier as well for the Juggernaut in this sort of lineup.
I wonder why we don't see Juggernauts going for Satanic at all. I mean, in theory, in paper, it's like you fight until you're super low health, and then you Omni Slash and activate Satanic, and you get out of Omni Slash.
It's like the same as the Ember Spirit Satanic thing.
Yeah, but you don't really get it until I would say you get it as a last item or very late into the game, where the games right now they barely go into that point, and usually it ends fairly soon. And Juggernaut, if you want to build the Satanic in the middle of your item selection, it's kind of weird because he's a very aggressive hero. You don't want to be building a defensive item on him as well. And with the Mask of Madness being always the first item on that hero,
you don't want extra life.
It's very unlikely you will get the Satanic anytime soon.
The defensive items he goes are items which are also offensive. Like a Skadi is kind of defensive and that
Manta,
takes you up, but you can still
Manta, all these items.
They're kind of these mixed items.
It is a good Storm game.
It is a good Doom game.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I think TongFu's late game with just Juggernaut and with Brewmaster not being able to do much damage was pretty weak until this Doom pick. I feel the Doom pick really kind of actually gives them some late game options.
Yeah, I think I feel the last hero has to be a support that's able to actually capture or gank the Storm or control him in a team fight.
Yeah.
Disruptor maybe with the glimpse and the silence, good versus the Tide as well. I want to say this is the first game that I see Rave pick the Chen in DAC.
Brian?
I'm not certain though, but I've not seen them play Chen, and usually when they pick a micro or IO support, they actually rotate Chrissy to actually handle that hero. So I'm not sure if this game they'll do the same thing.
They really mix up their roles. Like I've seen Chrissy play off lane, play mid, play support. Rio's played off lane, played mid.
Yeah, they are always mixing around, and they give the role depending on the hero who is best at the hero.
Yeah, it is the first time they pick Chen.
Alright.
In the whole tournament.
I have not seen them pick Chen even in the C games. Like not even once.
We'll see if they actually. This is a pocket strat. I mean, to be fair, we were talking about yesterday.
It's for like Doom though. You can stand back against the Doom. I guess that's the best.
That is true.
Yeah.
But we were talking yesterday about how like it didn't make sense. Wow, Enigma jungler from fight grid with grid. How secret Vici game in these teams in the top. Like even if it secured you the first place or something, you wouldn't spend your secret strat or your pocket strat. I think in these guys,
life and death.
Yes.
Yeah. Exactly. Even if it helps your next opponent figure you out better, at least you got that. You double up your prize money by getting 12th
exactly.
place, so.
TongFu, by winning this, they double up their
Yeah.
prize money. They go from I think 26,000 to 49 or 52, something like that.
Yeah. The other thing that's, I feel like the Chen sending back the Doom Tag, and just in general, Chen with Storm Spirit, we saw it with EG, running it with Sumail and AUI. Just a good kind of combo to have in general with the synergy between those two.
Yep. Anyways, the game is about to start. GoDz and WinteR, they're gonna cast together, even though WinteR said he doesn't like to cast with GoDz.
Wait a minute.
You did say that.
He did.
Mr. WinteR.
He walked in and just called me out.
Because you are the one who called me out first on stream. You said, I prefer casting with Synderen because I don't have to sit down. I like casting with tall people.
Wow.
That is putting words into my mouth.
You're a high.
I said I was excited that I got to stand up for once. I didn't say I preferred casting with Synderen. I just said I was excited that I got to stand
You
up.
look so happy when you said that.
Maybe I was happy. Maybe I was happy for another reason.
GoDz
you know?
is a heightist. It's like a racist, but about height. Heightist.
Heightist. That's
Guys,
a thing.
I'll leave you two alone. Don't kill each other. Have fun.
I'll do my best. No promises. Hopefully WinteR lasts the cast. We're going to see Rave playing on the Radiant side. Your Filipino SEA team. Going to have Chrissy playing the Storm Spirit. Ninja Boogie playing the support line. In the safe lane, it is going to be Jo playing the Troll Warlord. Chen going to be doing the body block in the mid lane, being played by Cass. And finally, in the off lane, it's going to be Rio playing the Tide Hunter for Team Rave. On the dire side, TongFu with the first win of today in the Tiebreakers. A win here gets him into the main event. Kian going to be on the Brewmaster mid. We'll have Vengeful Spirit played by Kabu. In the top lane, it's going to be XingQ on the Juggernaut. At the back, LPC going to be making his way towards the jungle on the Enigma. And finally, in the offlane, U9 on the Doombringer in the offlane. No, TongFu, they also mix up their lanes. Normally, U9 kind of the mid player for this team, but he's gone offlane.
Yeah. The last game he was playing the mid Viper. I
Yeah.
was watching the game. Yeah, also swapping the roles around. But I talked about the sandbag, the sandbag from the storm, the Chen when the storm is doomed. But the Brewmaster can actually dispel it with the storm aspect
Okay.
if he's in ulti form.
Is that something most brew players do and are aware of, do you think? Or is that something that we're unlikely to see?
Well, it's not very reliable, but most of the players would actually know that,
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah,
Unless they forget it.
if you're a brew player, then it should be something you can look out for.
Yeah.
All right, well, a lot of aggression here in the early game here as far as the mid goes. The Storm and the Brewmaster trading blows a lot. Top lane Tide's already got his level 2, getting a couple of CS here and there, pulling the creep wave off as much as possible, so he's going to have a pretty good time. And we haven't seen many of these jungle versus jungle kind of games. It's not like the Enigma and the Chen are competing, but they're both going to be getting pretty much free farm in the jungle, and we'll have to see what they can make out of that free farm.
You sound like you missed the Chen versus Enchantress days.
Back in the Dota 1 days, you'd have Enchantress just like going in. You have Enchantress and Chen like fighting for creeps, like trading Persuasion for Enchant. And unfortunately, those days are kind of long gone.
The good old days. But this game, I would like to talk about Rio. He actually chose to go for a Stout Shield before he goes to the lane, which is something you see not too often on Tide because Kraken doesn't work with the Stout. But this game, because they have one support, and usually the zoning bench would actually have the Howl at level 1, so the Stout Shield would be extremely helpful.
Okay.
For the Tide to get levels and do not take so much damage from the Harris.
And he knows it's going to be a dual lane too, so it's not like he's if he gets the Stout Shield and it's a tri lane, you get zoned out potentially. But yeah, I like the decision. And
yeah, this game is actually fairly good. You don't usually get it against a support like Skyra, but against a bench it's actually fairly decent.
Do you favor either of the two teams' drafts here as far as how things are going just in the first couple of minutes with the lanes?
I actually like TongFu's draft more. They are more solid in general, and Rave has to play far better with their draft to be able to win the game. And top lane Ryo gonna get stunned up. Level 2 breakthrough.
Oh, and Phase Boot's already up on your Juggernaut.
He's dead. First
Ryu
blood.
gets the kill there. XingQ doing a whole of a lot better than he did last game. That Juggernaut last game got completely destroyed in lane and just throughout the entire game. So first blood picked up by TongFu early on. A kill that you probably shouldn't see happen here. And you talk about Rave needing to outplay their opponents. That's something that's not going to help them giving up such an easy first blood.
Yeah, because they have the much more snowballing lineup, and Chen not very good in the late game. So they have to play well early game to secure some sort of lead. Late game against, I can't imagine Refresher, Blackwell, and Refresher.
Top lane, Ryu going to get in for another clash here. The Blade Fury's already been used. Ryu has another Anchor Smash soon. He's salving up. So with that, TongFu have to back off. So Tide's kind of got control back over this lane. With XingQ out of HP, out of mana, Same for the Venge. Neither of these two heroes has mana for a stun or a Blade Fury.
Yeah, he's gonna have a very good time right now without the clarity on the Venge and no mana for Blade Fury and the Juggernaut. But as I was saying, if you are Rave right now, going into late game against TongFu, double refresher, Doom and Enigma, that's not something you want to be doing. And Rave is gonna make the classic move with the Chen and +1 support towards the safe lane or gank a mid and take advantage of the Enigma jungling.
Enigma's kind of positioned such that he could scout that one out here in the mid lane.
They can actually just walk past the Enigma and go top if they want to.
It seems to be that seems to be the initial plan.
The 4-minute rune.
They know what's coming their way, and Kian could get Midnight Pulse down to help protect him, but it's going to be too late. The Hex into an Impale. Storm gets the kill as well. That'll secure him the rune. This is, I feel like, a lot of people talk about the Radiant versus Dire and where the Radiant gets the advantage. It really feels like that kind of 2 to 4 minute rune clashes where the Radiant team often gets a big early game edge. Having heroes rotate in for that top rune seems to be where Radiant kind of can have the position advantage as well as the high ground advantage.
Yeah, and at the same time they have the much aggressive supports. Early Enigma just wants to farm and get levels, and Chen and Lion you can actually make those plays because you have much more damage at the start of the game, depending on the creep you have. So I would say it also depends on the supports that you have, which is this game Rave being the ones that has the far more aggressive supports than TongFu.
And Dire mids maybe just have to bottle Crow more, right? Especially if you have the weaker supports. Like if you have Brewmaster there, you should probably just... You should know that the Chen line can rotate in and just bottle Crow
The other
instead.
thing you can do is like you have your own supports coming to the rune to actually secure the rune when you don't feel safe for the mid player.
That was kind of where the Venge and the Jug being out of mana at top lane hurt some. Top lane though, Xingqiu gets jumped on. There's now a mana for a stun from Kabu. The Magic Missile gets used. That's the only stun he has though, so he may save or at least help out the Juggernaut a bit. But once again, out of mana and tied, doing really well in the offlane as far as XP goes. He's going to be hit level 4 off of that. And getting some decent farm as well with 14 CS.
This is like sometimes when you hear people mention that sometimes as an offlaner, I think I remember I said this before, you die, you give away first blood, but if you can get something in return like this, like the enemy uses a lot of consumables, a lot of mana to kill you, and you come back into the lane, you get so much experience, it's actually a very good trade-off in return. Yeah,
I mean, looking at this right now, do you feel like the first blood is a good trade for the Tide as far as what he's got out of it?
Yeah, it's definitely a very good trade already. Although you may say you try not to give away kills most of the time, but sometimes kills are inevitable. Jug went for level 2 Blade Fury, which is not very common, and oh well, you have to die, but in return, you get a lot of experience. I guess you're happy with it, and he even has Arcane Boots after getting a lot of last hits because they don't have mana in the lane and they can't zone him out.
It feels like some offlaners play way too defensive. Like there's some games where you see offlaners who are still like level 1, level 2 at 5-6 minutes in, and they haven't died, and they're like, hey, I did my job, I didn't die, but it's like, well, what can you offer to the team? You don't help contest runes.
You have to remember at the end of the day, on the offlaner, your job is not to just not only have 0 deaths, but to gain as much as you can from the offlaner, gain as much as you can experience-wise and goal-wise, so that you can assist your team later, even if it's giving up a kill sometimes, but you know, if you gain something out of it and you don't die for nothing, that's the most important thing, instead of just figuring that I don't want to die at all.
Doom at bottom lane, about to get rotated on from behind here. He's about to hit level 6.
Do they have TP scrolls on the supports? No, Venge and Enigma, no TPs.
With a TP and a Doom, could have maybe looked to turn this one around, but U9's going to die in the chain stun more or less. He could have maybe thrown a Doom out there, but it would have accomplished nothing. So Rave get a nice kill off. They're going to look to get the tier 1 tower as well. 20 seconds on the sideline for Doom, and we'll see this tier 1 most likely go down.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to defend this, having Doom and Enigma, a lot of farming-orientated heroes. But I'm just curious to see our top lane, Chrissy, going to get stunned up here. But
lightning.
Yeah, not enough time for the Omni Slash there. But the Enigma has to come out soon. I feel that he needs to give time for the Doom to catch up, get his Midas, and try to push a tower or use the Black Hole to get just at least a kill. A solo Black Hole would be fine at this stage of the game.
I feel like, but the Enigma as well as the Doom Ultimate maybe just need to be used very liberally just to get one kill here or there.
Sometimes you see players like they want to hold on for that big 3-man Black Hole, 2-man Black Hole, or something along those lines, but at the same time you have to consider the situation your team is in. If you are not looking to fight, if you're TongFu right now, you want to get a Midas on Doom, just keep farming. So solo Black Holes is actually a very good way of just putting this big spell on cooldown and ensuring you get extra experience for a kill.
Especially if you get something like the Storm Spirit.
Yeah, definitely. A Storm would be a very worthy 1-man Black Hole, let's say.
Well, Ryu now going to lead the charge in the mid lane. He's got 900 gold with his Arcane Boots, has a Ravage available. He's going to throw it before the Doom and before the Brewmaster can clap or split. That was an okay Ravage, do you feel? It saved his life, I guess.
I don't know, man. I feel
I
like
don't know either.
TongFu are just happy to trade. They have.
Yeah, they didn't use. They didn't use.
They didn't
their
use
ultis
anything,
even.
so it was like, okay, if you're TongFu, just alright. They just used Ravage, and we didn't use Split. We didn't use our Doom. Fine.
I mean, Ryu would have died to the clap plus split there, I guess, but
At the same time, I feel his team probably would have gotten a kill on the Doom. The Storm and Lion were just behind him. It's difficult to say who came out on top. It was just a feeling that you just wanted to Ravage to save yourself.
yeah. So Lion's still a long ways away from level 6, so not going to be able to dish out too much damage for now.
Roshan is done by Rave here.
Yeah. The Vlad's pick up and easy. I imagine they probably smoked inside to get this one.
So a tier 1 at top for the Dire side and Roshan for the Radiant side. This is usually the the reverse scenario. Tier 1 top for the Radiant side and Roshan for Dire.
What a tipsy-turvy world we live in. So for Rave, things going okay for them here in the early game. They haven't seen them apply that much pressure, but now with the Aegis on their side, they've got the Chen. Especially around the time Lion hits level 6, if they can get a mech, if they get a Tide Blink, I feel like that's when they can really start taking a lot of objectives on the map.
Chen mech is actually online now. At 9 minutes 40 seconds, Chen mech online. Has level 7 thanks to the Roshan experience, so he would be having 4 creeps to push down towers. Ravage, 50 seconds. I mean, if you are Rave right now, this is just the best timing for you to at least claim 1 or at least 2 towers. Like 3 would be fantastic if they can get 3 tier 1s out of the mech and Ravage here.
Well, we'll see Chen just posturing in the mid lane now, not really committing to anything too much. It seems they want to make a play on this mid lane. Troll is still at bottom though.
He's not going to be so happy when a Doom comes into the fight, devours 1 creep, Midas 1 creep.
Does Doom actually have his Midas yet?
Yeah, he has the Midas already.
Yeah, it's going to come out. And
okay, here we go.
Oh, Enigma has a black hole. He's going to be careful here. The blink in from Brewmaster's available to get the split here. Enigma looking for a black hole. Can he find it? He gets 2 right on the edges. Your Tide Hunter. Tide going to get out of this one. Ravage up in 10. They could look to turn and fight this one. The Omni Slash catches Ninja Boogie. No luck going his way. And now Tide needs to hit a good Ravage here. It's going to be a TP in from the Lion after buying back. Xingqiu gets down the healing ward. Chrissy now going to find a pull here. The slow from Geo going to catch out Xingqiu's Jug. But that's the only kill Rave have got. Did cost him a buyback from the Lion. They lose the Lion and the Chen there. Did they buy back other heroes as well?
No,
just Lion.
Only the Lion. And he took a Doom actually before he died. So
that seems like a 50-50 trade maybe. Rave are going to get towers off of this. That's what you have to remember as well.
Yeah, and the support buyback, it's like a 200 gold, something like that. It's really nothing much at this stage of the game.
He's not anyway. It's not like he's close to a blink dagger, and that's going to really cripple him or anything.
So the Doom is going to just finally pick up his Midas because he couldn't use the courier. He's going to be able to come in and just take away 1 creep of the Chen in the fights. Usually you want to save your Midas. You want to save your Midas for team fight if you're actually up against a Chen.
Alright, well, we'll see. Rave try and get this tier 2, but a bit minded to play on the Troll. They still have the Ravage, though. Considering they have Ravage and there's no Doom, no Omni Slash, no Split, no Enigma Black Hole, TongFu are fighting around 4 ultis, which all have pretty long cooldowns.
And for the Rave side, they only have 1 long ulti. I guess Finger is also a very decent cooldown on it, but they're not going to be relying on the Finger. They are relying on the Ravage at this point with the Chen army and the Troll ultimate to be able to just push on towers very, very quickly. The Finger is just a finishing tool, bursting someone down.
Well, they're going to farm the Ancients for now. Ryu very close to his Blink Dagger, so even if the Aegis expires, just having a Blink Dagger for the next push seems almost more important than having the Aegis on the Troll.
Yeah, that's for sure. I'm thinking the Vlads is fantastic here because it's very good against the Brewmaster Spade, the Jug as well. If they're focusing your teammate, you're giving your teammate the extra armor.
Lion in that last fight was really unlucky with the Omni Slash hits. Most of them were hitting him. Only the last one actually went to the Tide Hunter. Otherwise, I think he survives that.
Yeah, but I think in the end of the day, you take a Doom, you take an Omni Slash as a support, you're like, alright, take me. You can take me. It's fine for a support to just tank up 2 ulti. Creasy here. Gonna start up with the Soaring, Oblivion stuff. Oh, Juggernaut is just so dead. Fingered.
Good use of your first finger.
Kill secured. And top lane, as we were talking about Rave having the much better lineup of taking down towers right now, TongFu are just gonna look to get a trade off with all their big spells on cooldown. Enigma's Black Hole, 40 seconds more on cooldown. Brew split is up, Juggernaut Omni Slash is up. The rest is up, except for the Black Hole at this point. Rave looks like they're going to go for the middle tier 2 and the tier 2 at top as well, getting more map control and getting the much better trade than TongFu.
Yeah, this tier 1 bottom tower doesn't seem too important. They've still got their mid tower as far as having a tower fairly close to Roshan, so if they can get a tier 2 or ideally both tier 2 top and middle lane, that's going to be fine for them.
Yeah, I guess this is the reason why Rave is going to be able to get all these towers is just all on TongFu's much more greedier lineup.
The other thing to remember is time rating could come into play, and right now Rave has a lineup which could look to end this game pretty fast.
They're not going to play an extra tiebreak anymore, right? After this, if it goes 1-1-1 again.
No, it's going to come down to time rating.
Okay.
Just from these 3 games as well. So the first game going around 40-ish minutes was not a fast win by any means. This game, Rave with an early lead and possibly the ability to take a lot of towers early and look to end the game fast.
38 minutes the first game. So they have, if Rave wants to have an advantage, they need to win before 38 minutes. Is that correct?
Yes.
For this?
That would give them an advantage over TongFu going into the last match. And then C-Deck would have to win faster than that, essentially. They would have to win in, like, whatever.
They're looking in really good shape to finish before 38 minutes. Their lineup peaks around 25 to 30 minutes, and that will be the window that they're actually looking to finish the game off. And top lane, you see Chrissy going on Xingqiu here.
Is he going to go for the Omni Slash here? Oh, he's trying to juke and jive. Xingqiu with some fancy footwork gets away, and Chrissy still has a pull. He may actually go for this one with the Mask of Madness. He takes extra damage. Omni Slash available. Chrissy gets the ball lightning off, and that's a wasted Omni Slash. Chrissy out of mana now, cannot continue to fight, but he's got a soaring in 6 seconds, so who's baiting who, WinteR? I'm not even sure.
Yeah, Storm got the better trade out of there. Having forced the Juggernaut to use the Omni Slash, well, and he did basically use nothing except for a trip back to the fountain, which he's happy to trade it off for the Omni Slash. And here comes TongFu with all the big ultimate cooldowns up, looking for a fight.
Not the best initiation as far as blink daggers or anything kind of stun. He gets the blink out, tied, avoids the gank.
Kabu changed his mind there. He was like running up the ramp, and if he was actually the first one to see the tide, there was a chance that he might actually be able to disable his blink with the howl there. He was like running a different path, trying to go through the secret shop there when his team was like, try to check here. Tide might be actually doing ancients, and his teammates were actually right, and he went the wrong way, might have actually cost them the kill that he was actually running up front and being able to cancel the blink.
That would have been a handy kill to get, because this Tide getting some decent farm even after his blink dagger. Is going to be building the mech for the team, it looks like, as he's picked up a ring of regen.
For stuff, I guess. Chen
actually,
has
you're right.
Chen has already built into the mech, and probably the pipe maybe later, but against actually no, pipe is not very good this game. I forgot about the change of damage from Doom, became pure damage, so pipe doesn't work against Doom anymore.
Just an Ag Scepter, I feel like, for the
Chen.
Yeah,
Ag Scepter would definitely be the next item, or he could actually possibly stop for Force Staff. Can never go wrong with Force Staff if you want to finish the game fast, but Ag Scepter usually the bigger game impact item if you want to finish the game around the 25-30 minute mark. We've seen so many games that Puppy had the Granite Golem, makes a huge impact in the team fights. Everyone is much more tankier, and you're up against a Doom, you want to be more tanky as well.
Alright, well, Rave happy to play things a bit slowly for now. They've got the Orchid on the Storm. He's looking to look for pickoffs here. 4 heroes grouped up. I think he actually scattered them out, but there's a Dire Sentry nearby.
There's a Sentry. They knew he was there. Observer Sentry there.
Okay. They were waiting on the high ground, hoping it'd come up to them, but that's probably one of those cases where for a Storm Spirit to delay this game by yourself from time to time, you maybe even consider a soul. I feel like they'd still consider a Solar Black Hole for a Storm Spirit if it's going to get a kill.
I think it's fine because at this point, TongFu, again, I'm talking about they are not wanting to 5-man that much anyway. Rave is much stronger in 5-man. You want to split your heroes up, get multiple heroes, more income. Especially if you can actually get a BKB on the Enigma would be fantastic. Like he's gonna build into the BKB first. This game you don't really want to build a blink first because there's so many spells that can actually cancel you unless you get extremely good positioning and some luck. So BKB much more stability that you get a huge black hole off.
0 spells to cancel the BKB black hole, just the bash from the troll, but that's like a near impossibility that he's positioned such that he can attack the Enigma from behind.
Yeah. The other thing is maybe if you want to consider, as a Chen player, you get a troll so that you can actually cancel the BKB black hole.
Once you see the BKB, I think you almost go searching for a troll. But that's where the Doom also comes into play. Doom can Midas the troll, can devour it.
Yeah, it's very unreliable, but
if it happens once and saves your team, then it's worth it.
Kian is going to get solo killed by Creasy here, with the Orchid. They didn't knew he had Orchid, and this is gonna be a huge kill for him. A lot of experience going his way.
I think they did see the Orchid because where the sentry ward was back near the
oh
secret
yeah,
shop.
they saw it. They actually saw with the sentries. Yeah, you're
Just
right.
farming a bit too aggressively more than anything. Doom nearby. Doom is actually
gonna catch him.
Oh, doesn't get the Doom off with the first swing, and Chrissy had just enough mana to ball lightning away.
The nerf on the cast times.
What do you Storm is pretty tanky. I don't even know if he kills the Storm with the Doom there.
Storm is level
1k, I guess.
13. Yeah, you don't get the double from level.
It was a level 2 Doom.
Ravage.
Yeah, nice Ravage going to catch out to LPC. Doesn't actually have mana for a black hole after the mana drain. Jao going to finish off the Enigma. And that's, well, a couple more heroes dead on the TongFu side with Juggernaut going down as well.
High ground. Here we go.
Oh my gosh, 90 minutes in. Storm is very far away, but he can TP to the mid-tier 1. That's what he'll do and look to join up with his team near the high ground.
Oh, this looks like it might be actually a very, very quick game for Rave here. Getting on the tier 3 tower at 90 minutes into the game. Fort being forced out from TongFu. The Brewmaster goes in. Oh, what a
great
hex from
Ninja
Ninja
Boogie. They're going to try bring down Kian before he can ulti, but I don't think they're going to make it. They chain stun with the Centaurs. He mana drains him. Kian has no mana for a split. Now he bottles up, pops the stick as well. He's got the split. Storm comes in with an Orchid onto Kian as well. They're trying to bring down this Brewmaster. I think he misclicked the mana drain, but it doesn't matter. They kill the Brewmaster still. What great control coming out from Rave, preventing the Brewmaster split in that fight.
Yeah, and we saw again the sandbag from the Doom as well. So rendering the Doom ultimate useless there. Troll being able to survive. Here comes Ninja Boogie again. Blinks in, but Xingqiu gets his Blade Fury off. Not going to be able to cast any spells on him. A double Impale. He's probably going to survive, Ninja Boogie.
Blink in 2 seconds here. Omni Slash is nearby, blinks out, and Ninja Boogie will get out scot-free.
Space created.
Whew.
His teammates are busy farming the enemy jungle. Jao, the troll there.
Oh, Storm in enemy territory here with a haste rune. He's looking for more. What's he going to find here? Doom is a BKB. He's going to see the Enigma and the Juggernaut. Does not want to get Black Hole.
Definitely does not want to get Black Hole there. But things looking very, very good for Rave right now. Roche has also come back up to life. Rave just scouted out with Ninja Boogie. He's going to place a ward somewhere. He doesn't want to place the obvious Observer ward. He's going to place it on nearer to the river here, giving them some vision towards the ramp there if TongFu is actually going to run down and actually try and do Roche.
TongFu see Roshan, but going for it once Ravage is back online seems very risky. They're going to try sneak in now, but this is
risky.
Such a risky
play. They are doing
play.
it fairly quick without the
How long on the Tide Ravage have we got? That's going to be the key spell to come back up, and it's 15 seconds away.
Oh no, this is going to be close. This is going to be one of those close Roshan encounters.
There is a Brewmaster split. They're looking to use that. Brewmaster gets hexed up on the high ground, though. They're going to burst down Kian. The rest of the team trying to finish off Roshan, but that's not going to work. Chrissy gets vision. He's up the top with a Remnant. This is not going to work, TongFu. Centaur Stomp. Actually, no, he gets taken away by the Doom. Chrissy's still in position for an Aegis Snipe. He's going to attack from the high ground. They go in with Jao. Black Hole as well, but Ravage cancels it. Rio with a perfect Ravage, and that is just a disaster for TongFu in the Roshan pit. The Brewmaster splits will be dealt with. Nothing the Brewlings can do. Everyone on Rave full HP. That could not have gone worse for the Chinese squad known as TongFu. Kabu going to just ferry his way back to Blaze, but he's going to get caught up by Chrissy and Ninja Boogie. Finger of death for good measure. And Roshan, well, it's Aegis in the hands of Jao. To high ground we go, say Rave.
No, Chris. Did they actually give it to... Okay, I thought they were actually going to give it to the Storm. Usually you give it to a hero like Storm, but okay.
Storm has Bloodstone, by the way.
Oh well. He's arguably the best hero to use the Aegis, I would say.
One of the best Aegis carriers in the game, but at this point it doesn't seem to matter too much. Jao can just be a frontliner. Storm picks up his Bloodstone now, and 22 minutes in, this is a very, very fat Storm. No buybacks at all on the Dire side.
Rex is down.
This...
No way. No way they can.
Is this even multiple lanes? Do they go for another lane with no Black Hole, no buyback? I guess Rave don't know about the buyback status.
You don't want to just... but they can actually go for it.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're not actually finishing off this mid lane. A bit concerned. Ninja Boogie going to get caught on the front lines. That's not the place where you want your Lion. As Chrissy now goes in, kind of aggressively, blinking from your Tidehunter just for the Anchor Smash. U9's got the Doom off on Jao. He's going to get swapped back in. I don't know if you want to send him back, because he's got the Aegis, but no, they're going to send him back. Leave the rest of the Rave team kind of alone. Rio and Chrissy.
I actually don't know. I don't know about the sandbag though. I think they could have actually fought with the Aegis.
Well, they're going to fight anyways. Xingqiu gets the Manta Style off to get out of the Orchid.
They have to back off though. They are severely outnumbered with the
Troll's coming back though.
With the Lion dead and the Troll just arriving to the scene. I'm not sure though, but if they didn't lose any heroes, I guess it was fine. But if they wanted to, they truly wanted to fight in the beginning, they probably shouldn't have sent him back. Otherwise, they could have. I think they could have actually taken a very good fight there if TongFu decides to chase and actually finish off the trolls Aegis there.
Yep.
It could have been really bad for TongFu.
Rave looking to make sure they guarantee the win over all things. As much as time rating is important, when you're winning the game, if you can just win both your games, you're through to the main event. So rather than risk this game getting turned around by some sloppy play and TongFu taking the win, going to the main event, Rave want to be sure of this win more than anything.
Yeah, definitely. They want to make sure that they just cruise into the next game and have their faith in their own hands.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing. If they can get to that last game, they just have to delay it. They don't even have to win. If they can just delay for the late game here, we're going to see Initiation. Ryu has Ravage in 2 seconds. The Brewmaster trying to focus him down. Doom nearby as well does not have the ultimate. They bring down the Tide to start things off, though. Tide, no buyback available. Looks like Rave can be forced back here. Joe in the front lines has an Aegis. He's going to just turn and fight for the time being. LPC staying far away, low HP on him. As the healing ward, keeping TongFu nice and healthy, finally gets dealt with. As Lion comes in from the side and Chrissy on the Stormspirit, silence onto Kabu, but no damage to follow this one up. Jo wants to fight, though. He goes in. Kian going to be the first to go down. U9 looking for a Doom. Gets it off at the last second before he dies onto Chrissy. But Chrissy, he's healthy. He's not going to die to this Doom. And to the high ground we go. The Chen creeps. Oh, no crits. Does not get taken out by the Juggernaut. They get kept alive. Doesn't have a heal for 20 seconds, though. Brave's still in good position.
That's actually a good creep to keep alive with the aura, so
Yeah.
he can actually push faster.
They're going to send Jo back once more. I imagine he'll be TPing to the tier 1 tower and rejoining once he can, though. Can pick up whatever item he wants to go for. Did have a lot of money that he was banking up. It's going to be a BKB, so he buys the BKB, he'll TP to the tier 1, and it looks like they want to secure Rax. Kabu gets blinked on Hex, as well as the Storm Orchid. That'll secure his kill. Doom going to buy back, but does not have his ultimate.
The Enigma didn't actually mech the bench. Probably could have saved him. He was right next to him.
And Enigma still no BKB. Getting off a Black Hole is going to be damn tricky against a Tide Ravage. Not to mention everything else. You've got your Lion, you've got your Storm. This is just a generally kind of impossible situation for TongFu. They're going to lose the mid-racks.
Top Rex, I think they have no way they can defend it unless they get a super big black hole here. It's very unlikely they are able to hold their base here.
I mean, they have the initiation of the Brewmaster, but beyond that, nothing else. And Brewmaster, we've already seen, he gets insta-hexed by Ninja Boogie if he's fast. Ninja Boogie has made that play once already this game. There's the Orchid from Chrissy. They just need one of those two to get that instant reaction
Might
off.
even want to consider not to actually blink and clap. Just
Yeah.
blink and split, or just split and run in.
Well, blink in, Ninja Boogie getting aggressive, goes in for the Impale. It's going to be Kabu. The Ravage catches LPC. No Enigma in this fight. He's going to buy back immediately, recognizing that he needs to hold this one off. U9, BKB on the front lines. There's your Black Hole. LPC, nothing to cancel. It gets Chrissy, who's doomed up, as well as the Chen and the Troll. But the Troll just manning up and fighting. Chrissy's still alive as well. He's got 500 HP. He's not going to go down to this Doom. He gets sent back by the Chen. He can now once more TP back into this fight, and Rave are just holding on. No one going down on their side. LPC going to get slowed down. They haven't dealt with the healing ward, though, and that's keeping some of these heroes alive a little bit longer. Rave, though, 0 casualties, and back comes your Storm Spirit. The Blink Clap from Kian doing some more additional damage that will help secure the kill on the Tide. Another Grid Impel from Ninja Boogie. The Mana Drain onto Xingqiu, and seems Rave need to back off for the time being.
And here we go. We see Chrissy jumping in again. Oh my god, gets another kill there. Buyback from the Juggernaut.
It's do or die for TongFu. Chrissy's just offering too much to this team. The Chen Sandbags have done some serious work here. They want to bring down the Chen, which is probably the right idea for once. Kill the medic, and well, Chen goes down. They hold the high ground, but boy, was that expensive, WinteR.
Yeah, that was a really expensive hold, but yeah, they had to do what they need to do to just defend the base, and the next push will be very powerful from Rave. Refresher is going to come soon on the Tide Hunter. Enigma's BKB not going to come soon because he had to use a buyback just to defend the base there. Things are looking very, very bleak for TongFu right now, even though they managed to defend their high ground.
It feels like at this point TongFu are really just stalling the game. I mean, it's not over by any means, but they're doing everything they can to stall it out, knowing that even if they lose, they need to make this game last as long as possible.
Yeah, the other thing I noticed as well, like the Enigma has been using the Midnight Pulse to defend the base all the time, and he doesn't have it when he uses Black Hole. Chrissy here gonna have the Orchid up on LPC, gonna zip around.
More of a
This is
Drunken
a
Haze.
difficult kill though.
Oh my gosh, that Drunken Haze.
He's very tanky, and the Drunken Haze is...
Okay.
If he got Doom there, that he would not be happy with what he had just did.
The Doom picks up a point booster. Will be going towards the Aghanim Scepter. The Chen Senbak can still save whoever gets doomed here, but does give him just a lot more damage.
They need to get the dispel on the Senbak target though. I still, so far, haven't seen them actually did it once before with the Bruise Split on the Doom target. But like you mentioned, it's kind of difficult to pull off sometimes in team fights. Everything is so messy and very hard to keep track of where the target is.
You're using a lot of spells in general as a Brewmaster when you pop that ultimate. You've got Cyclone Heroes, Boulder Toss, but one more thing to kind of keep track of. Well, no one in TongFu really has the farm that they need to go scale to the late game. Jug's doing okay with the Manta pickup, getting close to level 16, but with the buybacks being constantly used, the net worth on this Dire squad, the Brewmaster is down at 6 point. He's got less net worth than the entire Rave team as a Brewmaster. Meanwhile, your Tide's just picking up our late game refresher orb, and we're not even in the late game. We're just 29 minutes in.
Yeah, no, only one BKB on the Doom, so this the Ravage should just, if he catches 2 heroes, 3 heroes, it's just, the fight is actually, I don't think he even needs to catch 3.
It's just the Enigma. They need a...
Yeah, if he catches the Enigma, the fight is basically over.
Oh, Jug goes for a Blink Dagger. What's the plan with the Blink Dagger?
You can blink and kill the Chen behind, the medic like you mentioned, and he does one hit kill. One Omni Slash hit actually kills the creep, so probably...
That doesn't work on the Chen creeps though, does it?
It doesn't?
I don't
No,
believe
it does
so.
work on creeps, one hit.
It works on most creeps, just not the Chen creeps.
Even the neutrals as well.
I don't think it works on the Chen persuaded neutrals. Don't quote me on that, but that was my understanding.
I'll find out very soon.
Yeah. Hit up the interwebs. Get on that Google. Well, we're going to see Rave position themselves at the top lane. Want to go for a push to end this game as fast as possible. 38 minutes was how long it took TongFu to beat CDEX. So that's kind of the time to beat for Rave. It's not just about how fast you win. It's also about how slow you lose, should Rave lose their last game.
Yeah, it seems like it doesn't count the control creeps as the normal neutral creeps.
We've been seeing Chen used as a kind of pseudo counter to the Juggernaut because of that. I feel like Secret are often picking against the Jug, and a lot of these teams using the Chen creep army to just tank up the Omni Slashes. But the Doom is always there. You've got Midas, you've got Devour. You can instantly take out 2 of Chen creeps with that.
Let's see if he's keeping the cooldown for that.
He's not right now. It's got 18 seconds on the Doom Midas and even longer on the Devour. They're going to blink him. Once again, Ninja Boogie getting very aggressive. He whiffs the Ravage. Doom is going to prevent the second one. He gets swapped back in as well. That'll secure the kill on Ryu. No, send back in time. The Omni Slash going through the heroes as well as a couple of Chen creeps. Chrissy now on the back foot. Brew going to even buy back for this one. As the Dead Tide without a Refresher Ravage is going to be enough to deter Rave from pushing into the high ground.
Wow.
That seemed
probably
odd.
got cancelled by the Wave of Terror, I'm not sure, or he just misplayed.
The Tide?
Yeah.
He did blink in. I think he just misplayed.
That was a weird position to actually cast the Ravage.
I think he thought maybe TongFu were actually looking to engage more into that one, but with Doom having a BKB, I mean, you've got a Brew Split, you've got a Jug who can Blade for you. There's a lot of things to dodge here. Xingqiu gets zapped on from far away, and the Jug going to be in some trouble. Chris C with the Troll ultimate going to help bring down the Juggernaut, even in that Blade Fury. And meanwhile, Troll
Roshan
at Roche.
Could this be finally the Aegis that you give it to? Yeah, to the Storm. Probably the Storm will actually be able to make much more use of it. The Troll is not even dying in the fights.
No. I think, yeah, Storm, I mean, I feel like you could even give it to the Tidehunter if he's getting doomed often, but I mean, that last fight I think he just misplayed, as you said, so should probably be the Storm Spirit who takes this, and it's going to be the Storm. Hex, Orchid, Bloodstone with 600 gold. Chrissy has played phenomenally on this Storm Spirit. 10-0 and 10. I mean, the stats are just amazing. But it's just in general. He's finding pickoffs, creating a lot of space for his team, and crippling the TongFu item progression.
Yeah, he can even just jump in right now, like before the fight starts. Like his team is pushing on tower. Just try and look out for the Enigma. If he trades the Aegis for Enigma kill, they basically win the game already. Yeah.
Buybacks are very few and far between. Only the Doom on the Dire side has a buyback, and that's where, for TongFu, they've got to be so careful. Every ultimate is going to matter. The Brewmaster, if he gets caught out before he can ulti, if the Enigma gets caught without a black hole, suddenly TongFu are fighting a battle they can't really win.
Yeah, here we go. They smoke up. They want to take the fight before Rave is actually positioned ready in front of their tower. So this would be a good surprise attack if they actually catch out someone crucial. The Troll doesn't have the Aegis. They're gonna find Ninja Boogie, maybe?
Ninja Boogie gonna get jumped on and clapped here. They're gonna hold the Doom as well. They bring him down without much of a fight here. Cast now gonna get caught out as well. Boulder toss from afar, but elsewhere it's Chrissy in the base here. He's found the Enigma. The healing ward keeping him alive though. Jo now going in, looking to man up on Kabu, and Kabu goes down. Jo doomed up, but he's not taking any damage whatsoever. He destroys the Doom. Double buyback from your Enigma and Vengeful Spirit, probably realizing this is it for TongFu. The Doom even going to buy back as well. Last fight coming out from TongFu, perhaps. Lion gets the finger of death onto your Brewmaster, as Rave want to end this game and end it fast. Bringing back the Lion with a buyback as well. 4 buybacks used in that clash, and TongFu, it's a 1 for 4.
They still have Black Hole up, so maybe they can pull out some sort of miracle with a big Black Hole.
Well, there's Ravage as well on the Radiant side. That's the worry here.
Yeah.
Getting this off without a BKB is going to be a tall ask. Enigma needs to... I mean, he has no money to buy anything. They're going to lose the top lane of Rax. TongFu just looking to stall at this point.
Yeah, game probably is just too much to handle for that. Ninja Boogie goes in with the Hex,
Oh,
another
there's your
Ravage.
Ravage here. It's going to catch the Enigma even at the edge. Chrissy taking heavy damage, but he's got the Aegis, so you're not too worried about your Storm. He goes zipping past. There's your Black Hole. LPC catches 3. Nothing to cancel this one. There's your Omni Slash, a bit late perhaps, and everyone on the Rave side still fairly healthy. Storm going deep here. It's just U9 on the Doombringer. He's going to go down. The Jug is in the fray as well after a buyback dies again. Storm beyond Godlike with a triple kill. That is the end. 0 buyback. They're going to bring down the throw. LPC GG's out. And 34.5 minutes. Better than what TongFu did in the opening game. This is the result Rave were after.
4 minutes advantage they have. The first game ended 38 minutes, so
Yep.
Rave looking in prime position to take the last tiebreaker slot.
All they'll need to do is, even if they're losing the last game, if they delay it to like 42, 43 minutes, then they should have the time advantage, I feel. I'm not exactly sure of the maths. That's what Bruno's here for. He's the numbers guy.
I think TongFu is out. I'm inclined to believe.
Yeah, because they lost quickly and they won slowly.
Yes.
Rave, well,
But
yeah.
it depends on how the last game goes as well.
So here's the thing, right?
If
What
Rave,
you do is you put the time that it took you to lose, and you subtract the time it took you to win.
so
The bigger number advances, right?
positive 4 for for Rave right now. Is that correct?
For Rave, it's there. No, well, there's no. They,
Oh,
they
yeah.
they only play the one match.
Yeah, yeah.
For TongFu, it's -4. So what needs to happen is that both other teams have to be worse than -4, and that is not possible because right now for for CDEC to be at -4, they have to win in 42.
Okay.
And if they win in 42, that means that Rave is +42 -34. It's +8, so they advance.
So either Rave or CDEC will advance.
Yeah, TongFu is out.
What is the time that CDEC need to win at to advance? Do you know
Less
the
than 34.
Less than 34.
I think. Wait.
They lost at the
No,
it
they
should
lost at
be,
38.
It should be
38.
like 40,
So
42 then, I think.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Around 42. 42, 43.
Yeah. Wait. Is that correct?
No, I don't
No,
think
no,
so
no, no,
because
no, no.
if they, even if they win at 42, Rave is
Oh, it has to be. They have to win under 42.
yeah, Rave is plus
Oh, wait.
10, positive 10 if they win
Okay.
at 42.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
Oh,
No,
no,
that
they need to
doesn't
win really fast.
They need to
Yeah.
win.
They need to win really fast.
Oh, they need to win.
like 30 before 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. If they win at 34,
I'm going backwards.
if they win at 34, Rave is at 0, and they're at -4.
Okay.
So they need to win at 30.
26.
30? No,
Yeah.
30.
Oh yeah, 30. They
Yeah.
need to win at 30.
If they win at 30, they go to -4, and
Rave is also -4 because they won.
no, they go to -8 because they won. They lost at 38.
Oh yeah. Okay.
We're going to a break, and when we come back, we'll let you know what's going on.
Good call.